Greetings, wizards. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with more fairy tale. The 100 Years Quest. Last time, the alliance between Fairy Tale and the Diablos Guild is slowly coming together. Everyone has gone to the bath, where Celine has decided it's the best place to talk, allowing the boys to hear the girls' side and vice versa through her portal ability. She talks to them about the world she wishes to create, one without dragons, who would suffer at the hands of humans who have long since killed and persecuted them. However, Elfin Sarah, who is also present, the guy who sent Fairy Tale on this 100 Years quest, is still having a hard time accepting the idea of even remotely seeing dragons as human, as his situation is more of a Irene one, where he turned into a dragon. He was not born a dragon. But thanks to the shenanigans of Natsu, it seems as though an understanding might just be reached. Will these two bury the hatchet? Especially considering the Alchemist Guild Gold Owl seems to be on the move. And Gold Owl, well, there is a gold dragon. Is that the next target of the 100 Years quest? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 120, History of the Guild, History of Diablos? I have stated on multiple occasions, oh god, this cover, that it's weird that the Diablos Guild have kind of really accepted Celine, what was their relation to George? Suzaku seemed to care about George a lot, but everyone else not so much, at least so it seemed. I gotta admit, Atsuo's art, you can tell sometimes with keen eye that it's not quite Mashima, but he does a pretty damn good job, and this picture of Urza, whoa, damn, freaking gorgeous. And of course you got Lucy just tripping over her own feet. Heels are no joke. Alright, so we're picking up with a flashback with narration. Giltina, approximately 100 years ago. The world's first wizard guild, Magia Dragon. Interesting. So I guess the history of Elfin Seraph what we're getting. You got the wizards in the guild saying, this guild is such a great place to be. Even the Inquisition officers can't touch us without a care. Okay, so wizards were hunted at one point by the Inquisition. If you mess with one guild wizard, you mess with the whole guild. Thanks to that, the witch hunts have died down. Oh, witch hunts? Huh. Geez, Alphonsera was old even back then. Now's the time we wizards band together. Isn't that right? Right, boss, Alphonsera. Alphonsera says, I told you to call me master. The guy questions, master? Alphonsera tells him, we are not some rabble of wizards. If we don't function as an organized group, we won't be recognized as a part of society. The wizards there say, a part of society? We've been persecuted all this time, but now, Alphonsera tells them, everyone, you've simply yet to realize the true meaning behind this power called magic. This power is not for cursing people, nor is it for harming them. It is a power bestowed to us by the gods to help the powerless. If we don't use our power for others, there is no future. That's actually an interesting way of looking at it. I've never really thought about the history of the wizard world. I just kind of always assumed they were something accepted, but the idea of them initially being persecuted, and it's only through actually taking jobs and helping out the common people that they became a regularly accepted part of society. That's pretty damn good politics. The other wizards are stunned, silent. I am curious about more of Alphonsera's past. Alphonsera holds up a piece of paper and tells them, look here. A request has come in for us from a certain lady in the town of Sanbutsu. The wizards question, a request? He tells them, with a smile, there is something she wants us to solve using the power of magic. Of course, there will be a handsome reward as well. The wizards say, with the power of magic? Isn't she afraid of us? And one guy just says, a reward? I like this guy. He's trying to get that bag. He's just like, money you say? Use magic and get paid? Oh, baby. You should have led with that. And the narration goes, and so the basic system of wizard guilds was established. The guild grew and grew, and the amount of work increased. Then one day, you have the wizards going up against a dragon. It's a dragon! The wizards facing it say, weren't they all wiped out? That's what they say in Ishgal. There are still dragons here in Giltina. Anyway, kill it. Let's show it the power of magic. And was the dragon actually attacking them? Or were they sent on a mission to take care of the dragon? Ooh, we see back at the guild, a beat-up wizard, bandaged and bruised and crying, tells Elfinsera and the guild, Marion, Ambroid, everyone, it killed them all. Magic doesn't work on a dragon. But some wizards take up arms, saying, I'll go next. Mary Ambroid's enemy is my enemy. The narration continues. All of them lost their lives, one by one, and I learned from old folklore of magic that brought dragons to ruin. Oh, so Elfinsera was narrating it. Okay. It's so serious, but you see Natsu with this red slap mark from Lucy. Oh man, I love it. Elfinsera tells everyone, those that wield magic for slaying dragons, dragon slayers. And of course we zoom in on Natsu, Gajiel, Laxus, Wendy. Elfinsera continues, we spent many years developing and mastering that magic. The spirit of Irene talks to Wendy saying, self-taught dragon slayer man, and without an enchantment. That's no small feat. But Wendy doesn't respond to this, of course. Elfinsera continues, and just when I was able to fight dragons properly, the 6 dragon gods arrived. The moon dragon god the moon dragon god over there, Selene. The fire dragon god Ignia. The water dragon god, Mercuphobia. I always call him Mercuphobia. Is it Mercphobia? Mercphobia? Mercphobia. I kind of liked how I was saying it before. The wood dragon god, Alderaan. The gold dragon god, Vernus. Gold dragon god, Gold Owl. It's so obvious. The earth dragon god, Dogramag. And remember, representative of every day of the week, based off of the 7 luminaries. Monday is the moon day, the moon dragon god. Tuesday, the fire day, fire dragon god. Wednesday, Water Day, the Water Dragon God. Thursday, Wood Day, the Wood Dragon God. Friday, Gold Day, Gold Dragon God. Saturday, Earth Day, Earth Dragon God. Why was there initially only 5? The weekends don't count, baby. We were facing off against those mean old weekdays. So my theory is, there's going to be, Sunday is based off of Sun Day, Sun Dragon God. So my theory is that either we're gonna have the reveal of the ultimate enemy, the Sun Dragon God. Either that or we find out Ignia was the Sun Dragon God? I don't know about that. No, that's a loose theory. Or Natsu becomes the Sun Dragon God. I'm keeping that running theory alive. But back to Elfinsera. Thousands of wizards fell before them. Although I managed to defeat the Earth Dragon God, Dograma, it came at the cost of my heart being eaten. And even in the end, he didn't die. Having lost the strength to fight, I entrusted the task of felling the remaining 5 dragon gods to the future. Since then, no one has been able to complete it in 10 years, and it has become known as the 10 years quest. Then a 20 years quest, and 50 years quest as the months pass. Now it is known as 100 years quest. Title drop! That is fascinating though. Fan service abound, truly. But he continues, and now you wizards of fairy tale have sealed 2 of the dragon gods, and the 3rd one is right in front of me. Selene says, rest assured, I am already dead. Oh man, no, don't tell me. Urza and Lucy are shocked. Wendy questions, what do you mean? And even Kyrie questions, but didn't you say something earlier about the healing power of dragons? Selene states, a wound inflicted by a dragon on another dragon can never heal. Therefore the 5 of us all avoided a fight. Even if we were to fight and one of us were to win, the wounds we would sustain would never heal. Once that happens, we would be killed easily by another dragon the next time. I may appear nice and unharmed, but the wound I received from Ignia back then will soon claim my life. Gee. That actually is true. We never we normally don't see dragons fight each other. And usually when we do see dragons fight each other, one of the dragons don't really walk away half the time. She continues, and it seems you've misunderstood something. I am quite fond of humans. Elfin Sarah questions, what did you say? Celine states, I've killed many people, yes, but it's not because they were human. It's because they were enemies who were after my life. Whether I'm a cat or a dragon, I did what I did to survive. I believe humans to be foolish creatures, always fighting, always trying to stand above others. They hate and kill each other, never able to make the most of their short lives. And yet, how far they have flourished. Their tiny little lives overflow with vitality. For all their foolishness, they still love each other and dream of the future. Aren't we dragons the same? Natsu, Wendy, Lucy, and Gray all smile. I'm actually legitimately kind of sad. I'm just like, oh, thank goodness she's not gonna die. And they're just like, no. I'm walking dead right now. She's like, shit. How dare you make me sad with all these bountiful boobs around. Celine goes on, that's why I decided this age, the age of dragons, is over. And in this world, I wanted to live as a human. Elfinchera is shocked. Celine continues, however, to create such a world, I needed Ignia and Vernus out of the way. Those two have no intention of understanding humans at all. That's why I wanted that weapon. She smiles a sinister smile. Although, I'm gonna be honest, I have to wonder, is this one of those things where the next day we're gonna find out she's dead? Or by the end of the story she's gonna be dead? Or is it gonna be one of those humorous moments where you find out it's just like, oh yeah, I probably got like another 50 years left in me before I die. Life is so short. It's like, what? Like, I mean, look, for a dragon, that's a short amount of time to live. Oh no, I could see Mashima pulling something like that. Or maybe she's healed. I don't know. I just really don't want her to die. Later on, we see Celine standing next to Suzaku. Celine says to him, the night breeze feels so good after a bath, doesn't it? Suzaku says nothing, but Celine asks him, so, what did you wish to talk about, Suzaku? Suzaku says, it is about Kurenugi. Her son, the sword dragon, or was it the blade dragon or something like that? He says, what I did to him, Celine tells him, that's in the past. We spoke of this before now. I've killed many people. I won't begrudge my son's death on anyone. Kurenugi was a warrior, and he simply died a warrior's death in battle. Suzaku doesn't say anything, but Celine questions, does that not sound heartless? Perhaps that's one area where dragons cannot beat humans. I should love him, but I accept his death as such. No, that's not it. I saw Kurenugi within you. I even feel as if Kurenugi is there. Suzaku is shocked. He begins to speak, but Celine tells him, I told you, it's alright, because there's one last job I must do before I die. Suzaku questions, one last. Celine looks over the balcony and says, I know you're there. Suzaku is questioning what she's talking about. Oh! Huh! Wait a minute. Irene speaks. Oh, you can see me. Huh. That is wild. Okay, first of all, interesting that Irene can be seen still. Second of all, Irene has appeared naked constantly. Now she appears with clothes. So it's like, so this whole time you could have appeared clothed and you didn't. You know what? If there was ever a time I wanted Mashima to pull one of his, oh, this character's gonna die. Psych, they didn't die. This is it. This is it. This is the one time I'm really asking for that. I don't want Celine to die. I don't care. I don't want her to die. I love her. I do have to wonder, what does she wish to talk to Irene about? And what could they possibly have to talk about with each other? I'm actually kind of glad that Irene's spirit has kind of stuck around. She was a fascinating character to introduce. And ever since she's kind of come back in this incorporeal form or whatever, she's still kind of been very fascinating to me. Like, again, I know it'll be bad. People will talk so much shit about it, but I'm wondering, is there some kind of way that Irene's gonna be resurrected? I know that would be so cheap to one of the few major deaths in the series, but it's one of those things where it's just like, are we still just gonna stick with the joke of her being the ghost, Wendy and the ghost? It's not Casper and Wendy, it's Irene and Wendy. And Irene is far from a friendly ghost, if you catch my drift. I mean, I do like the fact that Irene possessing Wendy's body actually had some form of consequences, you know? There was some lingering effect. It wasn't something that just happened and it was gone, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, it's like, are we leading towards her getting her body back or doing something? It's kind of weird to just have her lingering around and just not have that go somewhere, you know? And now that she's talking with Celine, I mean, the fact, it's one thing that Wendy could see her, but the fact that Irene has become more and more of a presence within the story is just like, okay, where are you going with this, man? So that's all my predictions and stuff for the future. One, we're going to deal with the Gold Dragon God, who's more than likely, as most people have guessed, the head of Gold Owl, an alchemist guild, oddly enough. Two, I'm still waiting for some situation to arise with the Sun Dragon God. 3, some way that Celine's life be saved. I mean, if she was just gonna die off anyway, why have her live through those injuries before? You know? Don't endear me to the character more than kill her. I mean, that would be an impactful death, but still, come on. You've had this character in 2 separate story arcs. Don't make me lose her now and then number the whatever I'm on. Something to do with Irene. Like, maybe I'm thinking resurrection, possessing another body, something. And part of me would definitely find it fascinating, Irene interacting with Urza. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. Please comment on my theories. Let me know how full of shit I may possibly be. But until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Until then, bye-bye.